Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, welcome to our 5th video lesson. It's almost our last one, folks, almost the last one in Chapter 12, our lesson on spheres. Spheres. Alright, folks, don't be frightened by the word sphere. A sphere is just a ball. It's like a basketball, a soccer ball, a golf ball, a tennis ball, a beach ball. It's not like a football, but any ball that's a round orb, that is a sphere. Okay? They're balls. The radius of a sphere is this segment right here. It's drawn from the center of the sphere out to the edge, just like it is in a circle. Think of a sphere like a 3D circle. A chord of a sphere is any segment that goes from edge to edge inside the sphere. The diameter is a special chord, because it goes from edge to edge through the center point of the circle. Okay? A tangent to the sphere is a line that touches the sphere just at one point. Just at one point. Okay? There's also one more word I want you to know called the great circle, or one more definition. The great circle. The great circle is the largest possible circle that you can draw inside of a sphere. So it would be the largest circle that goes around the ball. Okay, so it would be like the equator. Of our ball. It's the biggest circle that I can go around. Like if I go around the circle here, that circle is smaller than the great circle, which is like the equator, going around at my biggest part of my sphere. Two formulas you need to know: the surface area and the volume of spheres. The surface area of a sphere is surface area equals 4 times pi times the radius squared. Okay, so notice the surface area is a measure of area, and we have a radius squared. Okay, volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Notice we're doing volume, and we have our radius cubed. Surface area, 4 pi r squared. Volume of a sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed. Let's find both the volume and the surface area of each of these pictures here in number 1. In number 1, I have a whole sphere with a radius of 9. So the surface area, I need my marker. The surface area is going to be equal to 4 pi r squared. So in this case, that's equal to 4 times pi times my radius squared, which was 9. 4 times 81, don't tell me I'm doing this in my head, I think it's 324. So this surface area is equal to 4 times 81 times pi, or 324 pi. My volume is going to equal 4/3 pi r cubed. In this case, our r again is 9. So what I have here is 4/3 times my radius cubed, 9 times 9 times 9 times pi. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to switch colors, so you can see I'm going to cancel a 3 with a 9 and get 3. So I have 4 times 3, which is 12, right? So I'm going to show you right here. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 9 times 9, or 12 times 81. Can't do that in my head, but I think it's 972. So this whole thing is going to equal, do it in red here, 972 pi. That's a 7 right there. So let's look at the second one here. I have a hemisphere. That's a half of a sphere. Let's do the surface area first. Do we agree the surface area is going to equal half of my sphere? So that's 1/2 4 pi r squared. Plus, now, don't forget, I have this circle. I have the great circle at the equator right here. That's actually a surface, plus one more circle, which is pi r squared. In this case, our diameter is 14, so therefore my radius is 7. So I have 1/2 times 4, which is 2, times pi, times 7 squared, which is 49, plus pi times 7 squared, which is 49. It looks like I have right here, and again, I can do this without writing. I have 2 times 49, which is 98 pi, plus 49 pi, 98 pi, plus 49 pi, or if you prefer, it's 49 times 3 pi. This whole thing is going to equal 147 pi. That was the surface area. The volume is going to be much simpler. The volume here in purple is equal to 1/2, that is half of a sphere, 1/2 times the volume of a sphere, 4/3, pi r cubed. So it's 1/2 times 4/3, which is 2/3, times pi times my radius cubed, which is 7 cubed. I'm actually going to whip out my calc here for this one. Actually, I know 7 cubed. 49 times 7 is 343 times 2 divided by 3 equals, I'm going to write this up here in blue, 228 2/3 pi. Now the direction said to actually round each of these to the nearest tenth. So again, if I wanted to with my calculator, if I ask you to go to the nearest tenth, go to the nearest tenth, you're going to whip out your calc and you're going to take each of your answers and multiply by the pi, the 3.14. So this would be 324 times pi. This last one, would be 228 2/3 times pi, which I can do right here, 3.14. You're going to get approximately 718.0. Okay, so rounded to the nearest tenth is going to be 718.0. All right, folks, that is a nice one. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios.